We're live. Audio appears to work. Clapping for the start of the stream. Yeah. So, how is everyone today? We've got coffee. We've got another 3D printer to check out. We're not... What is that? Is that from you?
It's my laptop.
This is what it's like having a sidekick.
Sorry.
Messing up your whole spiel.
Good morning. Apologies.
Picture looks like it has a sheetrock frame. I don't know what that means, but Uncle Ron says some crazy things sometimes I don't understand. But that's fine. That's why we love him. Where was I going with that? All right, yeah, 3D printer. So, Kingroon, we've had an interesting couple of months. So let's back up a little bit. As you've all seen, there's been a trend for these Core XY enclosed machines, and you can run with that as far as you like. Why? But everyone's trying to put one out, right? A speed machine, it's got Klipper on it, it's got input shaper, or something that implements input shaper. They're trying to go really fast at a bargain price. Well, the KLP1 was kind of in the mix of that from Kingroon. It's very affordable, and out of all the machines that were coming out, I don't really deal in Creality machines. Bamboo, we kind of went sideways a little bit. Kingroon, I've never dealt with them, but I did see that they had these machines for around 350 bucks, and I thought, why not? So that's where the KLP1 came in. So I purchased one of those with my own funds, and we checked it out. Now, it didn't go so well. So we made it through the live stream. The printer was, not great, but about 2 prints in, things stopped working. We have something coming
for
through.
the Holiday Beverages Fund.
Awesome. Andrew, thank you very much for the 10 bucks. I think my sidekick is ready to come in.
I am.
Are you ready?
Thanks, Andrew. Thank you.
My sidekick is here from, we don't want that one. We want this one. She's here from the laundry room.
Hello.
Clapping for the adding of the sidekick.
Hello. Good morning. How's everybody?
Oh, the picture I had up during the opening stream. Okay, gotcha. All right. Anyway, Chris Russell's here.
Practical printing.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
Right. That would be Chris Russell.
That would be Chris Russell. Yes.
I knew that, Chris.
Chris is as practical as you get.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, was this during Andrew did gifted basement bragging rights memberships? He did that as well. Awesome. Glad people got to come in on that. That really those basement membership things really add up. Anyway, back to the KLP1. So it didn't go well. Like, I was trying to fix some of the oddball things, get the belt tensioned, all that kind of stuff. And during one of the reboots, I mean, we're talking like same day that we did the live stream. During one of those reboots, it just never came back. I tried to reflash the card, all these different things, couldn't make it happen. Remember, I don't have any dealings with Kingroon at this point. I just bought it off the internet and it showed up and that's it. Well, you do live streams, you be around for a little while. When things go south, sometimes people get concerned. So Kingroon did reach out and they said, hey, that's the version 1. We've got the upgraded version coming out. Now, I don't know that they're named anything different. As far as I know, they're all KLP1, just the newer version has been improved. And that's what this is right here. They sent this one over as a replacement for the original machine. They also did send me some parts to repair the original machine, which I have not done yet. I thought maybe, we'd take a look at the original one and this one, see what was up while it was printing. Because this should be just get it out of the box and start printing. We'll see. I mean, there shouldn't be no building, but that's what we're going to do today. So hopefully you're here to hang out for that. Second time around. I usually don't stream machines twice. We've had this occasion before where the machine didn't go so well, they wanted to send another one. And usually I just say, nah, I'm good. We went once, I'm done with that. But I thought this one was definitely worth taking another look, especially since, we had to buy the machine and all that good stuff. So here we go. That's what we're going to do today. Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff. My lovely companion is catching up with all of that.
Yeah. What's the MCU on the controller board?
I don't know. We checked it out during the last stream. I'm sure it's like an STM F103 or something close to that. They're all STM32 processors nowadays. I would be shocked if it was something else. We could take a look. We can do that during this. Jeremy Lucas is here. I know Mike Fancy is here. All kinds of good folks. Derek is here again. He's always hitting us with memberships and sponsor and super chats and sponsorship. He's awesome. Thank you, Derek. I really appreciate that. Mark, I'm a legend from Oxford, UK. Round the world. I'm a 3D printing legend. That's awesome to hear. Thank you. Okay. So this is a pretty tall one. There's really no sense. The ceiling view, we can just take a look at it for a second. The ceiling view is really kind of horrible on most of these machines. Now, if we like flat pack things and like put it out on the table, maybe this works out. But for this, there's not really going to be a whole lot of unboxing, so we'll just walk through it together. My old Husky knife that Tom Llama made me, it's seen better days. I use this thing for everything. I really need to go through and tighten up some of the screws on it and give it a little bit more maintenance. Somebody from Quebec.
It's cold there.
I did happen to notice, RS Makes is here. I did happen to notice last night, I was down here setting up the stream and making sure everything worked. And he already had a message in the chat that he was first. So he was like at least 12 hours early. So good on you. Good on you. That's loyalty right there.
Yeah, it is.
I just happened to look up and somebody had a first, and it was RS Makes. All right, what do we got here? Unboxing. A whole lot of stuff.
Waiting for Barf. Basement Rep Rap Festival.
Yeah. That'd be awesome if we could find somebody that had a giant basement so we could even have the Rep Rap Festival in the giant basement.
You need the basement of a church, I think. So it's kind of...
Yeah, or like an assembly hall or
center,
something,
yeah.
They tell you how to do a whole bunch of stuff. Configure the network. So this looks like it has a pretty significant touchscreen environment.
Happy extruder is here.
All right, Ron. Ron, roof cam for tall machines. Yeah. I wish I had a ceiling for tall machines, and then we could make that happen. Now, this kind of concerns me. Now, I don't want to be I'm not too critical on anyone. But if you have a touchscreen on a 3D printer and it includes a stylus, then it's really not a touchscreen now, is it? Just saying. I mean, like for signing your name and stuff, sure. But for hitting print on a 3D printer, I should be able to lick my finger and tap whatever I want. But we'll see. We'll see. But the stylus, not really into it.
That's a bit of a tell, I would say.
Well, that means it was in the top of the box as well. So maybe they have concerns with the touchscreen. I don't know. It's a stylus screen. There you go.
Fair enough. It should be advertised as such.
We got a sample of PLA.
Oh, that doesn't sound as cool though as touchscreen.
No, it doesn't. We got some tools, power cord. We did get a set of cutters. Don't misuse these cutters.
Only 3 at a time going down to the basement for Barf.
Yeah. We have to rotate in and out.
That's about it. We gotta rotate vendors too.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could get
like 3 tables in here.
What's the width of the house? You know these.
The basement is. Hey, there's a squirrel out there. You can barely see the window out there, but there's And he's really fat too. That's a big old
Fat
squirrel.
squirrel.
Anyway, it's 22 by 32. So that's how big the
So
basement is.
3 vendors down here if we wanted to give them space. Or 4 if we only gave them 8-foot tables.
Well, if I didn't have all the crap in here, like if I could move all my stuff to the lawn, then you could fit all kinds of people. Now, somebody would have to sit on top of the dryer, but
I'd say at least 8 vendors. 10
that's-
maybe, 10.
that's the amusement ride portion of the
Right.
basement.
Wintery field. It's John, it's 45 degrees today with like the real feel or the wind chill or whatever you want to call it is about 36. So I don't know, cold, dry, depressing. Sun's shining today though, so that's kind of nice for the 3 hours that we're going to have it. Not quite. We figured it out yesterday. We get around 10 hours of sunshine. So sun starts to rise around here about 6:30 in the morning, and then it sets right at 5. And so that's as good as it gets for us. So when I mean, and it sets fast. It's not like summertime setting, you know, like 4:30 it's dusk. Sun it's dark by 5:15 or so. So we get about 10 hours of sun.
Not bad.
It could be worse, and that's as bad as it gets. Honestly, this time of year, so the 21st being the shortest day of the year, it's about as bad as it gets now. And then we're on the upward slope here in about 10 days or so. We're gonna start gaining time. So there you go. There's your little Missouri sun weather report.
Chris says not big enough for barf, but we could have a taco party.
Taco party for sure. Well, if we had taco party, we could use both floors.
It's true.
Taco party and then pizza party.
You can wander and eat tacos.
Ice cream in the garage. We've made our garage into like a semi-living space. You know, where you just kind of lay rugs down and have a space heater in there.
And call it a space.
It's a space. Oh, somebody asked, is my mic on?
Check it again.
Hello? Can you hear me?
It seemed kind of low today.
Hey! Angie's here. Hey, Angie.
It seemed kind of low today.
Well, what am I doing? Am I plugged in everywhere? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Angie? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Check 1, 2. Check, check.
Now mine's back on. Now we're both here.
Good.
That
How
should be a
about-
little better.
Is that better,
Yes.
guys? And I can get closer to it too.
Sounds good now. Okay.
Good.
I
Thanks, guys.
probably hit a button or something over there. You know how things go. So I do want to say one thing about this machine. It is small. Its stature is not as big as a lot of these types of machines I've seen. It's very compact. But I tell you what, size per pound ratio, this thing might as well be a boat anchor. This is one of the heaviest little machines. And I'm not sure exactly what makes it so heavy. But man, it is a chunk. So just keep that in mind, I guess. But wow. So before on the last one, I remember one specific thing that was somewhat irritating. They had all of the plexiglass and everything on the machine, but they didn't take the paper off. So you had to reach in and get all the paper off of it while it was in there. They have let you do that yourself. They've got the doors and the plastic and everything on the outside. So take that for what it's worth. If you want an enclosure machine, you'll have to deal with that after the fact. Oh, it does have like that's actually like laser cut in. That's kind of neat.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bulletproof frame. Maybe we could take some shots at it later.
What did you say?
So just because this is the second time around, let's see what the manual has to say about unpacking things, because they do have some specific things they'd like you to do.
Bulletproof frame, somebody asked.
Yeah.
Thick, heavy.
It's So they go into like putting the doors on.
That is little. That's a little machine.
For what it weighs, it's super small.
Yeah.
This machine is too short. Is the Bowden tube bent?
If it isn't, it will be. So it's not in there right at the moment, but if you put that on, and it's a really light tube, yeah, it could get a little pinchy. You probably have to have a little better tube on there. That's definitely a 4x3 tube, the real thin-walled type. So good call, Derek. Thanks for the $5.
Somebody said add wheels. Chris said add wheels, and then you have a little tank. We could just push it across the room.
Well, then it'd have its own shaky table.
It'd be mobile.
It could dance around.
Right.
Awesome. They have 2 screws back here that have little arrows on them. I'd love to know what they're trying to tell me. That's what I'm trying to find in the... Remove the silver-colored fixing screws from the Y-axis. What? So over here... And honestly, I do try to give folks, like, a real view of what it's like when you get one of these. So I kind of like to do it in order instead of just tearing it up automatically. So they're saying that there's some up here. Okay. So check this out. So I guess it's just on this side. So you got that. There's just like a screw with a bushing on it, a collar on it that you're supposed to back out. And I'm going to say that this has some tools in it. It does, so we've now confirmed the tools exist so that we can move on. So that's what the first arrow is trying to tell me. It's like a treasure map. So there's that one. And there's supposed to be one on the X. On the top. In the back. It has an arrow. But are you supposed to hit that from the back of the machine? I applaud their effort to try to keep this machine from getting damaged, but if you... I know this seems ridiculous that we're on a treasure hunt for different screws, but check this out. So you can barely see it. I'm going to do like this movie magic thing. There's a screw right there that keeps that carriage from moving. So, all right.
Sup, Z? How you doing, girl? That's what I have to say, because we like Z. We're still Are we still working on Z, Angie? Calling her Z, going by Z, because I think that's cool. Or we've given that up.
Plus, it's it's kind of cool to say.
Well, what a name, Zelda. What a great name for a kid. Well, for an adult too. But
well, from our standpoint, yes, because Zelda was like the coolest thing in 1985.
well, that's true. Anybody born in the 70s or 80s or late 70s like me and early 80s, we all know. Any Z kid, any Gen X or millennial kid knows the name Zelda. And you're setting her up to be cool, different. So, how's the rest? John, what game are you playing? I know you're playing something. What is that? Call of Duty? Is that your jam?
Who?
Is that John 75 Keg 75 likes plays games. I think it's Call of Duty that he plays.
I'm like, I don't know. And there are also 2 screws down here.
There you go. She likes it. She thinks it's cool. She likes her name in general, though. It's good. That's a good name, and not everybody has it. She's a big fan of that spotlight. She likes when I talk to her.
Well, it's like being on TV.
Yes, she's special. Yeah, Call of Duty 1 and Battlefield. Now, Chris, you're a Last of Us guy.
There's very few games that I actually will hold my attention. But, well, I'm old school. Like, right, I grew up on Atari and Nintendo and stuff like that. It seemed like as they progressed, the video games progressed, we really didn't play them that much. But we played the crap out of 8-bit Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
And then PlayStation came along, and it was pretty awesome, the original one. There was quite a few cool things on there. But now it really takes... games are so far advanced now, it really takes an interesting game to hold my attention. That The Last of Us is a great story, and it's a fun play. It's a really good game, so... yes, I do enjoy playing that.
Yeah, it's a good one. If you named your kid Tiffany, you'd know she was conceived on prom night. You know it. Is that I get lost? Oh, that's Debbie Gibson.
You can't.
In your
You're gonna get us
eyes. Now
banned.
you've started something.
You're gonna get us demonetized.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Whoops.
Got us.
No
we
singing.
went through this last time.
Not our music. Not
No.
our music. Anyway, hello from France. Hello. I don't even know.
I'm a genius in France.
We're huge in Belgium, man.
No.
Speaking of another Gen X staple, that movie Singles.
So this one definitely. I mean, the big thing for the original one was the bed was. It had a little bit of dish to it. It had a pan, but you could actually bend it with your hand. This one, they've actually got the steel folded over. It's much more substantial. I don't like it that the Z-nut there is just a little off, but that's probably what they do to keep it from binding. But we can check that out as we go.
Yeah. John, The Last of Us show is really good, and it's only 8 episodes. You can watch it in a day. I loved it. I thought it was great, but I liked the game too. I didn't play the game, but I watched Chris play the game, and it's good. Yeah, it's a great show. You should check it out.
Yeah, it's a good watch.
Camilla. Sergio has a new granddaughter.
All right, congratulations.
Camilla. What a beautiful name. Alyssa. Camilla Alyssa. Very pretty.
Congrats,
I like that
Sergio.
name, Camilla. Very pretty. I like the name Ophelia, too. I've always liked that name as well. So.
All right, so they give you an option to check out the SD card to set up your Wi-Fi. So probably like a supplicant file, something like that. Okay, so in the manual, they just show you how to go to the network and get the IP. So that's fair enough to cover your bases. So where's the thing? They actually give you, they give you a reader. They give you, where's the card slot? I guess I could look at the manual for that, but it's more fun to find it. Okay, so here's our controls and the Ethernet port. Am I wrong in thinking that there should be access to an SD card here?
Well, I see something on the side, but I don't think that's SD card. I think that's just plugs.
Because there should be, on this one, I'm guessing. In fact, let's open it up. We got time.
There you go. When in doubt.
USB stick. So I don't get my own card, or is this an actual stick? Oh, it's an actual stick. I thought this was just a reader. So this is an actual, actually has memory on it. So good enough.
All right.
But let's take it apart anyway. Actually, I'm going to get a different reach to do this.
All right.
Leo and Martin, there you go.
Gethin, am I saying that correctly? Evening from Wales. Just wanted to say a massive thanks to Chris for all his content. Big fan. Well, massive fan and great and greatly thankful. Thank you. I
Awesome.
hope I said that right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for waiting the 5 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't turn it on, take it apart. That's what. And then Chris says if we have triplets, then he'd probably have to try to force me to name them Les, Leo, and Martin.
Those are pretty sweet names, honestly.
Not bad names, I guess. My grandpa's name was Martin. I could probably go.
The kids next door, some of the cool. I don't know if they're cool or not, but they're cool names. Let's just say it that way. The kids next door, one's name was Gage, and the other's name was Clutch.
Oh, yeah, Clutch.
And I'm like, yeah, those are some sweet names.
It's nice that you actually keep doing the tutorial videos.
Well, I can tell you, friends, there's no money in it. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a pity there aren't more 3D printer reviews, especially the crappy ones.
Yeah. It's kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah.
The companies have gotten wise that they can't just let them out the door anymore. They want to make sure that the review is decent. And the market is crazy. I mean, like, everybody's got this printer that they're trying to, like, conquer the whole scene. I mean, the competition is stiff. Well, but, which leads to innovation, right? But a new printer brand coming on the market just basically doesn't have a chance at the moment. We'll see. Kingroon's been around a while, though. I've heard some folks have really good luck with some of the other style printers. They've got like a cantilever style and the regular i3 style as well.
Well, this is an interesting point. One, Tanner 3D said, I walk away for a bit and come back and we're voiding warranties. Yeah.
Warranty.
John says, is this printer like Bamboo P1 and Creality K1? If so, mechanicals are good and it's running Klipper. Is it going to be a case of getting the cheapest you can? Race to the bottom again? Perhaps.
Well, kinda, yeah. I mean, we've started all over again.
Derek says, Tanner, that's what we do here.
That's
About
what we do.
voiding warranties.
I walk into a room and the warranties no
No
longer valid.
kidding. You did it as a child, though, too.
Oh yeah, I've done it my whole life.
Telephones and computers.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that I didn't tear apart. So this is right. This is perfect for me.
Derek said that bamboos are overpriced.
Oh, we're already considering bamboo overpriced. Because I really feel like that they're trying to, really squeeze it. I don't have any experience with bamboo. Isn't that such a shame? I can't speak intelligently about bamboo because I don't have one. My buddy Dave Wilson, who I went over to his house yesterday, by the way. It was great to see Dave. And all of his dogs. They're very friendly. I got to pet them. But he's a big fan of the bamboo. He's got a couple of them. He really likes them. But I think it's all in what you want. So I think, and quite frankly, somebody could have a bad experience, somebody could have a good experience. But I think for the most part, people really dig bamboo. It's just, it wasn't in the cards for us.
Yeah. Well, and it depends. You want to pull it out of the box and start printing? Or do you like to tinker a little bit? And you like to mess with things? I mean, if you're a fixer type, then,
yeah,
bamboos and less expensive printers, I think, are fine. But if you're not that way and you just want, for practical reasons or whatever, then you want to go with something a little more expensive. And I do believe that you get what you pay for. In most things, you get what you pay for.
This climate is pretty difficult because of, like what everybody's talking about, racing to the bottom and trying to undercut everybody. I don't know how a lot of these companies actually make profit, or if they are.
Tanner 3D wants to know. Bamboo is hiding. They give free printers to everyone with a YouTube channel with more than 6 subscribers, but not you. Are they afraid that you'll expose something? Did they offer you a free printer?
Your buddy Chris is a fun-loving guy that doesn't talk bad about anyone.
That being said,
you can think whatever you would like about that scenario, but I have been asked many, many times what I thought about the machines, and I have also heard the statement that they would really like to see what I thought about the machine. And that's what the fans want to see. I'm all for it, but we all have to play nice in the sandbox together.
Mm-hmm. Angie says that they're in the same bamboo boat, no experience, but we're sure getting more questions about them. People are asking about them. And Sergio sent us some pics, I assume, of his new grandbaby.
All right. We'll check those. Don't let me forget.
We'll
Is it okay to check them out online or with
Sergio,
everyone
can
else?
we show them? If you don't want us to, it's totally okay. We're gonna protect her privacy. I really want to like what Bamboo is bringing to the market. I just can't get behind them because I can't support their ethics. And, Chris, we're kind of in the same boat. I feel exactly the same way, If they just had, even just a shred of morality behind what you know what I mean? They're kind of shameless about it.
Well, and this is actually a really good conversation to have because you realize all of you realize in this chat how deep I am in all of this stuff, 3D printing related. And you're talking with two people completely separate things. My wife comes with me to all these RipRap festivals. She talks to these folks, but she really doesn't have the ins and outs of what's going on every day in 3D printing. But she's offering a point of view just based on stuff she hears out of left field. And if she hears that and has that perception, maybe something's a little off. I mean, it's not like I come to her and say, you know what Bamboo did today. No, I don't have time to do that. She reads it in the comments. She hears it at the RepRap festivals.
Well, yeah.
We had a conversation one day about, hey, we got this and this and this coming. This company called Bamboo's got some printer out, and they're on Kickstarter, so tell them no. That was it. That was the whole conversation. And it really escalated from there. But I think it's interesting hearing perceptions like this.
Yeah, and and I do get the tea at these rep raps. Men do not like to gossip with other men, but they will gossip with women. And I get a little bit from other people too, especially and I started too. Just so you know, anybody that knows me, I am fishing a little bit. I like the gossip. I can't help it.
Who doesn't like a little bit?
I like it. Anyway, though, but so if you got some dirt, I want to hear it. You know what I mean? So I pick up a little bit here and there too from other vendors and other people too. Sergio says yes. Angie was saying that they may need to get one just so they can figure out how to fix him. Like so
for
they
service and things.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. See if I can. Yeah, they're gonna have to break down and get one to get experience for the store and repairs. And maybe. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Jeremy strikes me as the type that likes to tear things up too. So
yeah.
Oh yes, Angie, I do. I'm shameless about it. You know what I mean? And if you tell me something private, I obviously am not going to go telling everybody. But if there's, like this, scoop on stealing website, looky-loos and things like that, I want to know. Yeah.
Tom Lama's here. So people are asking about MCU. So this is the layout. So we've got a Pi-like environment. It's probably like an H616 or something. Got that. We've got some memory over here. We've got one of these, what are the eMMC drives. Instead of having an SD card, you actually have a flash chip. It's probably like 8 gig. They do have the hefty battery on there, which you don't see that very often anymore. That used to be somewhat common. But a couple of drivers. They're probably 2209s. And then this chip down here, that does say GD32F303 FET6. So it's a STM32-like chip. It's still an ARM processor. So that's what you get. So there's not much in there, really.
Silent board?
Silent board. Not after I'm done with it.
That's right. Derek says they steal in plain sight and only backpedal when they're called out. Yes, and I've also heard that. I mean, and they like to.
We don't. Yeah.
They get in a twist.
We don't want to throw out.
They don't like to be called out either.
Yeah. There.
Anyway.
All thoughts and opinions are my own. That's
Yeah.
all I can tell you.
Well, then we can just move on from that. We all agree.
I would like to see. The only thing I can say is I would like to see things be just a little bit more open about what's going on,
well,
and
yeah.
and not. But companies don't have to do that. They're here to make money, or they wouldn't be doing it. So I mean, it's not required. Some of the stuff that they've done, I don't think that they're. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how illegal or anything it is. I have no clue. But you know, it would be nice.
Well, or just give credit. I mean, seriously, how all this stuff is open source, for crying out loud. All you got to do is credit people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real difficult, but whatever.
Yep.
Different laws and different ways of doing things, and it's the nature of the beast.
Yep. All right. So I've taken it apart as much as I'm going to. Here's a nice fan.
Tom Llama has started the food conversation. He's having leftover lasagna. We are having leftover burger sliders from last night.
Burger sliders.
Made burger sliders. Yes.
Morality is certainly, yes, I agree. Well, and again, it's hard for me to speak to things like this because, you know, this is what I do. This is this is what my friends do, and I have a lot of friends that now have, you know, large companies, you know, and this is their livelihood. And I have a lot of friends that work at printing companies. That is their livelihood. So I take it a bit too personally, but it is just business. I get it. But when you know so many people and you know their families and this is how they eat, you get a little irritated.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to talk about some of this stuff, you know, in the right mind space, I guess.
Yeah. Jacques wants to know what a slider is. A slider is a small sandwich. So you have a hamburger, 5-6 ounces. I don't know what that is in grams.
Oh.
6 ounces, almost 200 grams. And then you have a smaller version, little sandwich, little cheeseburger, or little sandwich.
And you can call anything
Cocktail
a slider.
sandwich, cocktail. Yeah, just little, I don't know.
Oh. It's a little sandwich that I'm not sure where the slider name came from. Wikipedia
says
could probably tell
if you're
us.
not transparent and you don't credit people, it's bad business, and I absolutely agree. It costs you nothing. It costs nothing to be honest.
Yeah.
So, how come nobody has designated a 3D printer that only prints vase mode objects with a bed that is a round Lazy Susan style with the head moving Z and Y?
I believe that they have.
I was going to say, haven't I seen something like that?
What was the one that the craft store sold? Scripto? So it's not quite like that. I mean, it's not exactly like that. But didn't there? I'd have to go look now. But I thought that there was one that that did it Lazy Susan style. But I don't know. I had to go look it up. Yeah, Sculpto or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacques, refer to Tom Llama's comment. That is where the name came from. I'm a lady, so I'm not going to say it, but you guys can all read it. And that is where the term slider came from.
I don't think you've ever met Tom Llama in person.
I've seen him on video.
Well, but that's just like the perfect thing for Tom Llama to tell us about.
You know what? I kind of get the gist from his comments and from what I've seen on video.
Yeah.
I kind of get him. Like I have a line on you now, Tom.
Tom's a classic.
Yeah.
I already dropped one screw in this vent, so that's going to be interesting.
George Motes on First We Feast. It was a small burger. They slide down a count in some diner in the Midwest. Yeah, there it is. Anyway,
Everybody's talking about that. Now
Sliders.
everybody's got to get out the facts.
Yeah, well,
They had them on clearance for $100. Hey, $100.
what? I'm sorry.
Those Sculptos or whatever we were talking about. Because they were
Oh.
at the fabric store. I remember them being at a hobby store or some kind. Joann's Fabrics is what everybody's saying. Boring? I'm not. That well said. Well said.
No, you're not boring. Not at all. There you go. The term slider came from the Navy when the burgers had so much grease that they would slide across the griddle every time the ship would roll. That actually, I believe that probably is more accurate than
We'll leave it to the military to name anything.
the Tom Llama version, which was the one that I heard first about White Castle and sliding through your body.
There's a local hamburger place here that they make sliders, and they've been around for 1,000,000 years. But I've heard people go in there and start that conversation up, about intestinal distress.
Haze, you're talking about haze?
Yeah, and they'd shut that down quick. Yeah, I've witnessed it.
Oh, they put the kibosh on that conversation?
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly dinner talk.
It's not really
And you got to remember,
inducive to business.
this restaurant is the size of a shoebox. I mean, it's an
Airstream trailer.
It's an Airstream trailer. Yeah.
Gutbuster. There
Gutbusters.
They're good.
Yeah, they know White Castle's really it was a regional.
We had them here like 30 years ago, but they've kind of all migrated to other regions.
I do not do White Castle, and you either love it or you hate it.
They're great.
Let's do a poll. I'm not going to set up an official poll. What do you think?
We
Love
should
it or
just for
hate it?
fun.
White Castle or Crystals? Love it or hate it?
There are some people that say that Crystals and White Castle are different. What's an Airstream trailer? Nappin's just being Nappin.
I think,
Guess
yeah.
what? No, well,
It's
he's a young lad.
a tow behind. You tow it behind your truck.
It's
a camper.
It's an aluminum trailer that looks like a 30-foot Twinkie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what an Airstream trailer is.
Yeah, never had it. Yeah, some people have never had it. Music Dad likes crystals. Crystals. I don't know, but it must be a West Coast thing.
What's that?
Crystal.
That's what they call White Castle down south.
Southern. It's
Yeah.
a southern thing. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's specifically down south, but I know like in Florida and things, there's Crystals.
White Castle once. It's not terrible. I did not care for it. Angie loves White Castle. It's okay. You gotta do. It's good.
You gotta have it at least once. You
Yeah,
ate it
sure.
though. Have we ever been to White Castle together?
Not together. No.
Okay.
The closest one is Columbia,
I was gonna say,
which isn't too far away from Marshall.
I can't believe I haven't forced
Just
you to go to
saying.
White Castle. All the
Well,
places we've been.
I'll go and watch you eat White Castle. I can do like a chicken sandwich
You'll
or something.
eat
I'll
it.
have something. And I can't go without trying it. Crystal doesn't have onions.
Oh well, then they're out.
Well, I would agree. I don't think it's a proper slider without onions, right?
You gotta have the little square onions.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're like dehydrated or something.
Trying to update firmware on SKR 1.4 Turbo. Had Cheetah firmware. Wanted a new version for Marlin for my CR10s 4.
Mm-hmm.
Angie wants to go to White Castle. We'll pick you up. We'll head that way. We'll meet Mitch there. That's halfway between
Yeah, where's Mitch?
here in St. Louis. We'll meet Mitch there. We still got to do our Missouri Maker meetup.
We don't ever do anything.
I know. In LA, they have a box of 12 White Castle burgers in the freezer section. They do here too. I thought
Yeah.
about it, but if I don't like it, there would have been 11 to eat still. They're very small, John. So,
They're just okay.
they're little. Share them with a friend. Have a friend over. If you like them, you
But
can always
not-
go back and get more.
Not too good a friend. Just
Chris,
in
how
case.
many White Castle burgers do you eat in a go? You're good for 10.
Yeah, I think that it's been a while since I've had 10 in a row. We went to one of these places. I believe it was in Bel Air. Or no. I don't remember. I flew in somewhere, and it might have been in Chicago. But I stopped on the way and ate burgers all the way to the event. And they have a case. I think they call it a crave case.
Yeah.
You know, the grave case. And I think there's 10 in there, and that's usually what I get.
Yeah. So there you go, John. To give you an idea of the size. Yeah. Stay close to home.
Yeah.
But if to give you an idea of the size, though, I mean, 10 burgers, it's a lot. I mean, that's a pretty good size meal, but it's not undoable. You know, they're small. They're real small.
I'll admit, at about number 7, you're starting to question your judgment.
Starting to gurgle.
But you can make it through. The last 3 aren't that bad. It's fine.
Yeah, stay close to home. Eat your burgers and go straight home, or hit the drive-thru.
What's life without a little adventure?
Well, that's true. Oh, Tanner's coming. He'll be here at the 24th through the 28th. Going to a Chiefs game. Oh, how fun. If you guys, they're going on Christmas Day. If you're going to plan a meal together or something, but not White Castle.
But not like it.
All right. Hit up Chris, Tanner, and we'll see what we can do.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
What was I coming? Oh yeah.
You're here for a little bit. Maybe like Tuesday or something. Anyway.
What
Yeah, definitely. You need an iron stomach. Jeremy likes Jack in the Box. Oh, we don't have any Jack in the Boxes around here.
They started to crop up. That's another restaurant that we had like in the 80s or in the late 70s maybe. They've started to crop up again, but they're all on the Kansas side.
Yeah.
So nothing close to us.
I've never had Jack in the Box. I have heard rumors of their tacos. Jack in the Box tacos. Only good at 2:00 when you're drunk. Now that's Taco Bell for us.
That's when we go to the Waffle House.
That's when we make a run for the border or Waffle House. Yes.
All right, you ready to see the cutest kid in the world?
Yes. Let's
All right.
see.
Here's Sergio's new grandbaby.
Oh my goodness! Look at that little hat.
Even got her name on her little bed there and everything.
Oh, so sweet.
I love
She's
that.
beautiful,
That is a good hat.
Sergio. Oh,
Very
look
cute.
at that big brother. So cute.
Well done. Congratulations,
Look at
Sergio
that
and family.
Dark hair, so pretty. That's a good-looking kid.
I can only imagine, like, and I'm sure, you know, Sergio is a grandfather and they know of Grandpa's quirks and everything, but I can imagine, like, one of his grandkids or whatever, like, why is there somebody on the internet talking about our child? Just some random person. But anyway, I'm a pretty nice guy in all respects, but congratulations.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
All right, what are we doing now? You want to power this thing up?
Yeah. Tom Lemma KFC. I prefer Waffle House to IHOP. Now I go to IHOP. We have a Big Biscuit close to us, and we like that place. We like Big Biscuit for breakfast. But drunken breakfast, Waffle House all day.
It's good. All morning, noon, and night. Waffle House. If any place that you can get hash browns 9 different ways.
Tom Llama likes KFC if he wants to punish himself. Now we'll do Long John Silver's
Oh my lord.
if we don't have plans for the rest of the day. Oh,
God, I hate
it's
that.
up. Look at that big green Kingroon. Can you
Oh, is it?
see it? Show the
Really?
giant green
Whoa, it
LED.
is. Well, I was hoping the screen would come up, but
Yeah.
look at that. I hope it changes color. Oh, there's the screen. Oh, they got animation. I want it to say, like, Kingroon.
It would be better than that very loud beep. Ooh, I like the fiery. It's hot.
Yeah,
It's the hot.
it's the hotness.
Mm-hmm.
This is much more flashy than the original one. We're going to get that one out as soon as this one starts working.
Where is all hanging out outside of YouTube nowadays? It's cold outside, so nowhere.
Outside of YouTube?
I'm not sure. Mike Fancy, are you still with us? I haven't seen you in a little bit.
He's probably working on something.
Okay.
All right, so
People hang out.
People
Not
don't
since
hang out.
COVID, Angie.
Nobody hangs out. All right.
Chris has never been to Waffle House. it's special.
Chris Russell has never been to Waffle House?
Somebody earlier said dinner and a show. That sounds about right.
He would love Waffle House.
I think you'd like it.
And they have awesome burritos.
Yeah, well, and the lingo, when you order the scrambled,
scattered,
smothered, covered, diced.
That's right.
They got the lingo there. The servers call out shorthand to the cooks. It's
Waffle on 2?
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah. Oh, and Sergio has his grandson for the couple of days. That's nice.
All right, so we got a few things here. So it's pretty much the manual that we saw. We got some Cura and such, and then we got a Wi-Fi file. And we'll have to reboot for that one. So, pretty much usual stuff, it looks like.
It can be. Waffle House late at night is scary. Too many hungry drunks. It gets a little rowdy.
Yeah.
I've never personally had any trouble there, but I've seen some stuff. So, I don't get it. Nobody.
I have personally been the problem at the Waffle House before, so.
You've been the problem at Perkins too when you were
several restaurants didn't like me to show up.
Spry thing got kicked out of Perkins.
I was never, a mean person, but you get into things occasionally. You like to tear up the carpet. I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do.
Chris wants to know if you can change the boot screen to say Chris's basement instead of Kingroon.
Challenge accepted.
I'll bet he can figure it out. That's a good
We'll
idea.
see.
That's right. Taste the biscuit. Oh, no singing. Sorry. And I will spare you all my singing voice, but
Theme things. That beep. They really got to stop that.
that's right. I've seen things at the Waffle House. Things no one should ever see. It was a night just like tonight.
I was just getting ready to say, I've seen things, Dottie. Things you couldn't understand. Things you shouldn't understand. Everybody's got a big butt.
That's right. What's your butt, Dottie?
Oh no, the big, that was when he was talking to Simone. What's your big butt?
Oh, that's right, Simone. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm here.
The lady in the lower left.
Yeah.
She is left-handed. She's the left-handed lady in the lower left. Lots of L's. Oh, come on, Kingroon. Don't disappoint me now.
It's the devil's hand. That's what I hear.
The devil's hand. I'm hoping it loaded that file and is doing things. And then we can... This is 210 by 210 by 210, if anybody happens to ask you. 14 kilograms. That's a lot. So I'm hoping now that we've loaded Wi-Fi, I should read the manual.
No.
Anything to make that stop. I'm going to fill that thing full of...
Yes, we
caulk.
need something.
Chris is a fun drunk. That's right. Actually, what is it I keep telling you? I don't get drunk. I just have fun.
That's right. Just have fun.
There we go. So now we should be able to boot up and use the Wi-Fi. Just have fun.
Is log still in good working order?
Yeah. Sure. As good as it ever worked. It's actually probably as good today as it was the first day. But yeah, you could still do a print on it pretty easy.
DB3D Dan
Dan's here.
says hello. Make our mind Nexus. Like I don't. Yeah.
I think we noticed that last time because he used to be like
he
Dan 3DB or whatever,
changed his handle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan, for. I'm gonna write you down so that I'll remember.
Okay, so it's in Chinese. But the pictures are correct, so that's fine. Settings. I didn't need the stylus, so that looks like bed
darn.
leveling. Here's Wi-Fi. Okay, and it did join because we have an IP. So let's do that.
Chris, are you moving to Nashville? Halfway Waffle House for all of us to meet at. Nashville's only about 7.5 hours. Well, no, Memphis is 7.5, so Nashville's a little longer.
Yeah, it's a little ways.
Dan is reinventing himself. Sergio wants to know if we're doing a benchy. Probably.
Oh, it's funny you ask because I just pulled up the interface and there's a benchy on the SD card and it only takes 29 minutes. I think we should definitely find out what a Kingroon slice 29-minute benchy looks like. I think that's just what we need to do. First, we have to figure out how we're supposed to level it and all that good stuff. The belts are not very loose.
We got questions here. One, Joel Driver's here. Hello, Joel.
Hey, Joel.
No, it's not. Well, it's the Kingroon redo.
This is my second KLP1.
KLP1. There you go. And then, is it running Klipper? Klipper, excuse me.
It is running Klipper. Klipper and fluid for the front end.
Can it be rooted?
Can it be rooted? That's kind of rude.
I don't know.
I'm sure it can. I'll have to look.
I've been able. Druid firmware says he's been able to print it in 7 minutes and 35 seconds on a stock Dremel 3D20.
Whew, that's quick.
Running Druid firmware. Good for you.
That
nice.
is quick. Leveling. Z calibrate.
Mad Cat's here. Hi, Mad Cat. Wuxen. Yeah, looks like a Wuxen.
So they want you to do the paper test, which is kind of the traditional thing with Klipper. They show you how to set up. Do they give you a sensor with this? They have steps to set up input shaper. Do they have like a...
Oh, Tom Llama's getting leveling. Oh, get out your spirit level and level that puppy.
When's the last time we saw somebody try to level a printer with an actual level? It's been a minute, but I've seen it happen.
All
right. So first thing, I don't care for those bed sheets. So I like to get my own bed sheet.
Derek, have a good night, day, wherever you are. Have a nice. Thank you for coming.
Are these roughly the same size?
Manny's from California. All right. Everybody's saying their hellos.
All right, so let's see. Can you switch this to... that corner one's hard to get.
Dan says it's so great that Chris took down the No Girls Allowed sign on the basement door. Yeah. Does it include the probe for IS?
That's what I was looking for, actually. They talk about it. Now I can see why they have the stylus. I definitely need a poking tool for this little screen.
Aha. Oh, that's it. It's not even about it being not a touchscreen. It said it's teeny tiny.
I guess. Because it is teeny tiny.
Never use someone else's sheet to get bed bugs.
Alright. It's true, though. Alright, so let's see if it'll at least home. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, was the sensor for input shaper, because it has a configuration option, but the sensor must be like just permanently on there. There is some stuff in there, so maybe that's what that is the accelerometer. So that's kind of cool if that's the case.
Customers asking for a budget printer that works. How is that one? We're gonna find out.
Don't know. That
Although,
works.
like an Ender, I think those are pretty decent, aren't they? You know, Jeremy and Angie be the one to ask about good budget printers.
I guess it kind of depends on the budget.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, less than, I don't know, $300.
Prusa Mini, $429.
Sergio, I thought that was some sort of acronym. STYLU. I thought that was some kind of acronym. I'm like, man, I am so not cool. I have no idea what that means. But he meant to say stylus. There you go. Somebody else on here said a Soval SV06 or SV06 Plus.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
Screen is not in an ideal location. I agree. It's kind of in a weird spot there.
I gotta get this over to English. I mean, the pictures are fine, but fluid. I think finding the language setting is the hardest part.
Everybody here, the general consensus is that Soval's good bang for your buck. The Soval printers.
Yeah, I've got one of those SV06s. It's not bad.
Sandloo S8 for a little bigger budget. Somebody says. Put Creality hot end on it. There you go. Ender 3, Ender 3.2. Angie thinks are great options. From what I've seen, I mean, you know, as somebody that doesn't know anything about 3D printing, the Ender 3 and Ender 2s are just kind of little workhorses. They seem to do pretty well.
Yeah, they need a little bit of help, but for the most part, they can get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. It's in English now.
There you go. Well, Ender 3, Chris Travis says that Ender 3 is a great printer to learn how to upgrade and fix printers. Definitely. I could see that too. We're easy to see what's going on and fix, and both are easy setup and relatively easy printing right out of the box. So there you go.
So if you ever have to change what language fluid is in, it's this one right here, the second one. But as you can see, if it's in Chinese, that's pretty hard to tell that that's where you change it at. So
yeah, you're kind of out of luck there.
If you're watching this live stream while you're working on fluid, that might have just saved you like 10 minutes. So there you go.
All right.
Because I've never done that until right now. All right, so there is a leveling macro. That's what it said. Oh, it says Z offset. So that should take us through the process to level. Move the printer into center of the position. Place a piece of paper, an A4 piece of paper. And use the manual to adjust it up and down. Adjust the distance nozzle. There's some resistance. Click Access to save. Click on Automatic Leveling for 36-point leveling. Okay, so when you do this sequence in Klipper, you punch in that calibrate, it's going to give you this screen. And that's going to let you go up and down based on a piece of paper. And then when you're done, the guide says Access, but it's supposed to say Accept. So you hit Accept, and then that saves your offset. So just FYI, that's what we're getting ready to do.
All right, good to know. There you go. Uncle Ron says you can use Google Translate on your phone or in photo mode. That's a good idea.
An actual solution to a problem?
What?
No.
Get out of here. Poking around and looking
Ron.
at wasting time is so much more.
Thank you, though.
Yes. Jeremy agrees about the Ender 3 being, if you want to learn how to fix stuff and how things work, the Ender 3 is a good printer, Jeremy says. He agrees.
Plus, you can just go to Chuck's YouTube channel and automatically learn how to do everything that you ever needed to know on it.
Well, that's true.
He's kind of making it his priority to make the Ender 3 like the best machine known to man.
Yes.
And he's good at it.
It is chilly down here.
Told you.
Ankles are cold.
I'm gonna get super precise on this one.
Man, says slap a hot end. 3D experiment says slap a hot end with sufficient flow, and Klipper can make any Ender 3 way faster. So much that Creality is doing just that themselves with their newer models.
Yep. All right. We have accepted.
We're busy, John. Chris wants you to come over and give me a hug. Or John wants you to come over and give me a hug. We're working.
I don't have time for things like that.
Hugs and affection. Gee.
What does this look like?
Yeah. Waffle House talk. Yeah. I think we're going to do sushi tonight. We're looking at sushi. So.
All right, now it's going to level stuff. It does give you options to do this from the screen, but
Mad Cat really likes Klipper.
Clipper's
He's
a
got
good
him
time.
on everything now. That's right. We never have to hug again. We're married now. That's true.
All that stopped many, many years
The
ago.
last time.
I don't even remember the last time.
Never again. When we
It's been that long.
kissed on our wedding day.
That was it. Sealed
Yeah.
the deal.
Now we're just roommates.
High fives all around, but that's it.
That's it. High fives all around.
Yeah, bro.
Thank God you don't call me bro. I would kick your ass. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Behind. Still. TMI. Somebody says too much information. High fives. Now he's grossed out. I don't blame you. Fist bumps.
City 93, it's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday?
City 93.
All right. Hey, happy birthday.
Gets a steak dinner.
And you get a steak dinner. Very nice. Yeah, Sergio, we probably don't get the sushi that you guys get. Where this is Midwest sushi.
Yeah,
It's
you
probably
get some
not as good.
awesome stuff out there.
Yeah. So
We should find some filament while I'm waiting for this thing to
all right.
doodly do.
The main board is a cheap MKS skipper board. The tool head's is an MKS. What is it? WIT USB THR third WIT.
Oh, the
USB?
tool board.
Right. Oh, and John O'Shaughnessy's birthday was yesterday. 60 years old.
Whoa,
Happy
John.
birthday!
You don't look a day over 40, my friend.
Deep fried carp. That's only in the summer.
Deep fried carp. The whole carp.
Midwest sushi. That's in the summertime. Crappie. Right? Crappie and carp.
Carp? I don't know. I personally don't know anyone that eats carp. They do it, but I don't know that I'd eat carp. But, I mean, really, catfish is pretty tasty, so, I mean, how much further are you going to go? Eat carp, too. What's the difference?
Well, Angie said that we have all this to choose.
Yeah, I got just a little
more,
bit.
Angie.
I got a little bit crazy on the Black Friday sale. Sue me.
So much filament. So
30
much
to 40
filament.
boxes really isn't that large of an
Oh
order.
my gosh.
And yes, I paid for it.
Yes.
I'm not that cool.
Christmas colors. Manny wants something Christmassy. What do you
Christmas
got?
colors.
Got something green or red and sparkly?
Got any cool greens? I'm trying to think. Do we have any like sparkly
Surely you
cool green, like an
do.
emerald green or something? Oh, how about pistachio? That's a color that I've never used yet.
Oh, that looks nice. Let's do
Pistachio.
some pistachio. I
All
like
right.
pistachio. Catfish and trout sushi. You
No.
can't eat it raw. Not if it comes out of a Missouri River, my friend.
So they do have a shaper sequence. So let's just see what it does. Let's hit it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what her printer room looks like too. Yeah, there's room for me to sit and my desk, and his desk, and that's kind of it.
And I had to clear that off yesterday to
Yeah,
make
he
that
has
happen.
to make space for me. So
Uh,
I only buy filament during BF sales.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's input shaping. It's doing its thing. It flies off the desk. That's your problem.
Yeah. Somebody says I got about 15 boxes for their 2 printers. Absolutely. Well, variety is the spice of life, my friend. Any tricolors?
I don't think I have any triples. I got some doubles somewhere. Pistachio.
Who makes pistachio filament?
Oh,
solid?
well, it's
Is that
Prusa. This is Prusa mint.
Oh, Prusament.
So I got
What
it
is
from
going
Solid.
on?
It's input shaping.
Oh, okay.
It's PETG though. I have no idea how they sliced to that file, so maybe I ought to find something else. What is this? That's limer green. It's
That
not
thing's
bad.
about ready to take flight.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what input shaper does, man.
It's making me nervous.
It's fine.
She's starting to shimmy. That's right.
Ludicrous speed. What is that? Nah, we don't want any of that. It's a shaping. Yeah, never leave your input shaper sequence unattended like Chris does.
I like it. Angie says it's not a bad idea, but I bet you would buy more if you could go to a brick and mortar store and pick out what
That's
you
true.
wanted.
Back
Oh
the
my
truck up.
gosh. He would. Yes. Grinch green.
Grinch green.
We're angling on green here, honey.
Yeah, I'm looking for a cool green. How about ice green? Transparent?
Ice green, transparent.
That's
How
kind
are
of
we feeling
Christmas
about
tree.
that? My laundry washer runs input shaper on every mode.
Yeah, it
every
does.
mode. Mine too.
Yeah, it does. You can hear it all over the house.
You can hear it upstairs. Yeah. What'd you find?
I got green ice.
Ooh,
Kind of a
see, That'll
transparent.
be pretty. Yeah,
This'll
I think that'll look
we'll do it.
nice.
So it does have a sensor on it.
Lord. She's starting to shake. Joel, that's one of my
Holding.
favorite movies.
This is what it was like
By the
coming
way.
back from on Apollo 13.
Chris, we better she said, so what you're saying, Chris, is we better buy extra stock just for you when we open up. Probably wouldn't hurt.
All right. Yeah. It's probably not a bad idea. I do like to buy in bulk.
Neon green or translucent? He has both. There we go. Yes, very Christmassy. Wasabi green to go with our sushi tonight. I do not eat wasabi. I like that eel sauce, though. And of course, that spicy mayonnaise is all that is. Not eel sauce. Eel sauce is eel sauce, but I do a spicy mayonnaise on top of the crab rolls that I like too.
And not a placebo. Input shaker. Yes. Put your drinks on here. Makes a hell of a martini.
Yeah.
So this is definitely something the other one did not have. So they've stepped it up a bit. What do we get? Are we still doing our thing, or console hasn't come back with anything yet? So we'll let it keep going.
I'm glad that we got that trident. I'm glad we did the trident, but man, I am glad that we're moving on. That was a long road.
I still got like cable chains and stuff to do on that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward though to seeing what it can do. You know. Oh, live from New York is here. Hello. Mount a sealed tray on top, and you have an ultrasonic cleaner. Good idea.
Ooh.
Clean my jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the noise filters. Good. I'm glad, Joel, because it was really loud.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Vector Roll has a green like that, but it's PETG.
All right, so it restarted, and so here I'll show you. So look, it went through measured all of the transparency. Now you got me on filament. It measured all the frequencies, looked at some models it looked like, and gave recommendations. So it did its thing. Shaper calibration, and it did restart. So I'm guessing it did the save config. But let's go ahead and send it one more time.
3D Experiments is going to a corporate Christmas party tonight. You gonna dress up?
Put on your tie.
Yeah.
Nowadays, corporate dress up is probably like, you just put your shirt on.
Maybe, I don't know.
Everybody works from home.
But free drinks and free food. That's what I like about those parties. Open bar, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
They had to stop doing that.
You gotta look nice you gotta look nice.
After the incident.
Do you know what the name is for those rounded excursions on the sides of that printer? I was thinking of making an enclosure using it, but I don't know what to Google.
I have no idea. Maybe Chris Russell. Chris Russell would probably be my go-to guy for nomenclature like that. I don't know what they would call. I figured those were all like custom bins, but I have seen them before. I don't know exactly what they call that.
Yeah. It's a dress-up party.
I like party.
Every once in a while now. I don't like to, every day, whatever, but I really like dressing up sometimes, like looking real fancy.
Girls.
I know.
They're fancy stuff.
If I go to a party where everybody's dressed up, it's nice. It's kind of fun.
But not fun if you're the only one dressed up.
No, then you just feel silly.
So did it save my shapey values?
Is it
Yes, it did.
Is it supposed to save that to the bottom of the printer CFG?
Yes, it did. That's what I was just confirming.
Yeah, I would say you just said that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did do that for us.
You, at the same time, as soon as I saw it.
Great
I think you said
minds. Great minds.
Hmm?
All right, we're preheating.
Manny, I have so many 3D printed tree ornaments. Many, many.
And they're all fantastic.
I look like a gorilla most of the time. I clean up pretty good for parties. So take you out back and hose you down. Chris has got a suit.
I just got what you just said. Take you out back and hose you down. They only do that to me.
A red suit with white trim, big black belt. Oh, well, there you go, Santa Claus. Chris has got a suit that he puts on.
I've worn it like 3 times.
Yeah, I see. No, Angie, you always look nice, and you always put effort into. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of a bum. I go for comfort.
And she's all mine, fellas. Hands off.
That's right. Tennis shoes and blue jeans.
If you can't do it in sleeper pants, it's not worth doing.
Wow. It's true.
Quarter rounds. That sounds right. Let's go with that. When I have conversations with my brain trust, Mike Fancy and Chris Russell and Ron, the Happy Extruder, with those folks, I go into those conversations with, a napkin that I drew at 3 o'clock in the morning and names like doohickey and, that part. And then they figure out the smart stuff. So I have those folks for names and stuff that, makes sense.
That's true. I do have my witch hat. Yes. And I wear, I can usually find some comfortable pants that look nice. I'm going for coastal grandma. That's sort of my style.
Coastal grandma?
Coastal grandma. Big baggy pants.
I don't even know what that means.
Comfortable clothes. Large hats. Coastal grandma.
It does have a idler door for the filament, so that's I like a manual idler, but that tube is just really tight.
you've lost a lot of 3D Experiments lost a lot of weight, so you may have to get a new tux. I know that you're very interested. I don't know, just buy a new one. Don't worry about having it altered. I don't know how far they can go down anyway. I mean, if you've lost several sizes, I don't know how small they can make it. You'd have to ask, but just get a new one. Or a nice suit. You don't even have to get a tuxedo.
All right. Let's see if this thing's going to actually do something. Well, so far, this one is definitely much classier than the original one. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But let's at least get the print going here.
Comfort and comfort, definitely. I don't like hard pants.
Hard pants. That's a term that I'd never heard before
Blue
she started
jeans
saying
and
it.
buttons.
Hard
and,
pants.
Yeah, so I like the elastic waist and, you know. Ah, there you go. Somebody says you can size down, so go for it. See what they say. We got it.
It's moving.
We're printing a benchy.
Says 29 minutes.
Start your timer.
It's an hour and 23 right now into the video. So
Oh, well, there we go.
YouTube will time it for us. I should have cleaned that sheet. Somebody should have reminded me of that.
Oh, well.
Oh, not you.
I was like, sorry.
Usually there's some person who's like, clean that sheet.
That's true. You do have. What are hard pants? Hard pants are blue jeans or slacks or anything that doesn't have an elastic waistband.
You know,
those are
pants.
hard pants.
All right.
Make sure you clean the sheets.
Thank you.
Too late
Whoa.
now.
I'm going to turn noise canceling off so you can hear this so you can hear this fan. How do you do that? Holy carp. Boy, it's been a while since I've done this.
Practical Bernie says the biggest expense to moving to Nashville will be a new wardrobe with pants and long sleeves. I refuse to give up flip-flops. So if you're a true Southerner or a true Midwestern, you will wear flip-flops year-round. And that's just the way of it.
Check this out. I just turned noise canceling off. The printer's pretty quiet, but the fan sounds like a blast furnace. Just
It's
something I
loud.
noticed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. That is a BuildTech PEI sheet, and they are pricey, but man, they stick. So
What kind of bed is it?
this is the sheet, BuildTech
Build Tech.
PEI. Let's
It's the fan, right?
yeah,
The
it's the
fan
part
making all
fan.
that noise. Yeah,
Yep.
it's loud. Part cooling? Is it part cooling?
Yes, that's
Yes.
the part cooling fan making the noise. Where's that stylus when I need it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so it's printing. You've got an up-close view. You babysit this while I go get some coffee. Back in like a couple of minutes.
Let me go. I gotta go up to unless you have to go upstairs for any reason. I'm gonna head up. Yes.
All right, then I'll stay here.
Okay.
Yeah, coffee. All right. So while you guys are watching that, I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. We're going to bring up the first one that we had, because I'm pretty sure this one is much different. It's been a while, remember? I don't exactly remember what the first one was like. I'm pretty sure this one is quite a bit fancier than the first one that we had. And hopefully they're the same price, because this one looks much more substantial. All right. In fact, let's get a little bit more organized here, shall we? Slide this over here. Oh, I know that's taking you out of view. I'll fix that. There you go. Maintenance and parts. Like as far as hot end and stuff like that, I'd have to pull it apart and find out. I don't even know what they got underneath there. I'll have to look. This one isn't near as heavy as that one either, I can tell you that. Oh, this one I still completely disassembled. But we can still get a good idea of what's going on in here. In fact, I'd probably just like to take these covers off. I kind of like that this new one came without the doors attached, honestly. Brian Vines is here. What's up, Brian? Thank you.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. You can unmute over there if you'd like.
Can you hear me? How am I doing?
You got it.
All right. Hi, Brian. Hello.
All right. So this is the original one. And it's going to be hard to show everything, unfortunately.
Not quite, John, but I did think about putting on some more substantial socks. I wear little ankle socks all the time. I did think about putting on a better pair of socks. I'm a little chilly. But suck it up.
Is there speed mode and ridiculous? Maybe. We'll see what the quality looks like on this thing. TLA really isn't all that great a choice for speed filament, but we'll see what it does. With a fan that sounds that loud, hopefully it's putting out a lot of air as well.
All right. Angie, have you ever heard, I'm sure you've heard of her, Betsy Johnson? Do you ever look at some of her stuff? She's got some real cute stuff, and I see it, and I think of you. I think it's kind of your style, and I like that.
Does she make 3D printers?
No, she makes clothes. Few clothes, though.
This thing, oh, so this old one has manual leveling knobs on it. The new one does not.
Like yeah, the hospital traction socks. One of those slipper socks.
Oh, with the
with the puffies on the
traction
bottom
on
of the
them,
feet.
Yeah, don't do an Uncle Jesse.
Yeah. She's got some cute shoes too. Fun shoes. Crocs without socks in Minnesota. That is a Midwesterner.
He doesn't make 3D printed clothes either.
You know, no, I used to be super into shoes. Now, not so much. I like handbags, though, Angie. Big purse gal.
How do all you guys feel about shoes and handbags?
Sorry,
I love them
know.
all.
We're getting off topic here. I'm losing.
Oh, that's
losing my
fine. This
audience.
stream's for everyone.
Food. What's that?
So this stream's for everyone.
Well, that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
The wind mouth is printed in PLA. We'll have to check that out.
A
Because yes,
Birkin bag.
that's not going to last long.
I cannot afford a Birkin bag. By the way, Birkin bags are like $20,000 used. They're ridiculous.
Birkin bag sounds like something they send you home from the hospital with after an operation.
Be nice. You could sell it and pay for your hospital bill. Hermes also very pricey. No, more like Coach. That's about as fancy as I get. About a Coach bag. I got a few. Now it's Kate Spade. She's pretty good. You can catch some of her stuff on outlet for, less than $200.
Manual focus is not going to help us very much on this one.
That's true. Chris says, my wife's handbags are great. The bigger her bag, the more my crap she can carry. That is true.
No screwdriver sets were transported in this handbag. So, I don't know what we want to do here. So so this is the original one that we got. And it did not fare near as well as the one that we're working with right now. But I can tell you just like first glance what happened. So you'll notice I've got everything just crazy. After it broke, I was like, let's take it apart and see what's in it. So I just left it this way. But the bed is completely different. This one actually had knobs on it. You can bend this thing. So not all that great. The new one, we'll take a look at the new one after this. The new one is much more substantial, and it's all auto leveling. This rod back here that actually holds those motors, now it actually has a bend on it. It's a little more substantial. And the X carriage looks to be mostly the same. I'm just eyeballing it here. But all of that looks pretty similar. They do have, linear rails on the top and all of that. So most of that is the same, but a lot of it has changed for sure. One of the biggest things is it looks like they actually moved out this section here when they redid the bed. They moved these out a bit to make them quite a bit wider. So that's going to be a big help as well. And they've added I don't know what's going on with this. But I'm definitely going to try to put this one back together to make it at least usable. But going from this one as the KLP1 to now this one, I don't think there's an upgrade path for that. I don't think that's possible because this one is quite a bit different and should be much more user-friendly going forward. Now the question is, we'll go back to this view for a moment. The question for me now is, what's the price difference? Because I believe we paid $359 for this. And they are currently on AliExpress for $361. So at that price, now I've heard you could get like Creality K1s for, wait a second, that can't be right. I've heard you can get Creality K1s at Micro Center for like $300. Let's go to the Kingroon site, see what they got. $379 on their site. Touchscreen version. Klipper firmware. So it's not that much more than the original one. So that's good to see. So they have upgraded it. They've changed it quite a bit. If you had that original version, I don't know how long they made that original version. I strongly suggest you go back to Kingroon and make your case, because this one, way different than that one, and you still paid the same amount. So hopefully, I don't have a lot of dealings with Kingroon. We're friendly with each other, but hopefully they're reasonable and will help you out, because this one is much better, a much better product than what I got originally. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Not having used it very much, I can't give you all the details, but we'll give it a shot and see what we can do.
Did you see that quite practical printing? How do you know if it's the same model number? How do you know if what you're going to get?
That's true.
It's mystery. And yeah.
So I'm hoping, and I'll just share this with you. You realize you can get these from a million different sources, right? But this is kingroon.com. I have no affiliation with them. I don't have an affiliate link. I don't get any money for this. Nothing. This is their page. This shows the slant touchscreen and the bed that I expect. That's all I can tell you. So hopefully you get the same one that I have right now. With that said, I did contact them and said, hey, this printer is in a bad way. I would like it fixed. And they said, we'll ship you parts. Oh, and by the way, would you like the new version? And I said, yes. There's nothing stopping that company from putting something together just to send me that you might not get. So buyer beware. Hopefully, if something goes wrong, you can ship it back to them, something. But I cannot guarantee you this would be the same as the one you might get. So all the legalese is now on the table. So now we can continue on.
Yeah, and I don't think there are certain companies too that aren't above doing that, sending you something special just for you.
Yeah.
And just for your channel.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't put it past them. Now, I can't speak to Kingroon. My dealings with them, I don't think they would do such a thing, but, you know, I've been fooled before, so just be careful.
Yeah.
I don't want any of my good folks having anything like that happen.
There you go. How's that? Looks pretty good. I'm kind
Go.
of liking that color.
It's a good color for certain occasions.
Yeah. I'll have to give it a twirl when it's done. I want to see it from all angles.
Oh yeah, twirling will happen.
Yes. Do a little spin for us.
Do a twirl. It's cooking at 220 right now. 12 minutes left. So now the portion of the show. What's for lunch? We're having sliders today.
Leftover sliders.
We did talk about
Sushi for dinner.
because I'm just so special. I wish.
Slime green. Yeah.
Slime green.
Tanner, Ricky brought up Gates. Said you guys had Gates the last time he was here.
Yes, we did. We hooked up and went to Gates.
You like Gates.
That was a good time.
Better know what you want to eat. The girls will get you. And then pizza with kebab pizza with garlic dressing. Mike has a little king ring that he uses for TPU. Well, you know, we like to live on the edge. It's Saturday, Victor.
That's
all I'm going to say about that. It's the weekend.
Saturday's only slightly different than every other day.
Yes.
Just a little.
More carbs on Saturday.
That's how exciting you are when you're in your 40s.
Yeah, pretty color.
And it matches my cool Kingroon logo.
That's true. It's the theme of the day.
Yeah. Things are green.
Mm-hmm.
What is today? Like the 8th or 9th or something like that?
9th.
So we do have a shot at one more stream before Christmas.
Yeah, I think we can do it. What's
22nd or 3rd or
it'd be
something
the
like
23rd, Saturday the 23rd, day before Christmas Eve.
I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we'll do something. I wish I could figure out some sort of Christmas present that worked internationally, but I don't even know what it would be. I had to think on it.
Ooh, got a new multi-oven unit and did air fryer bacon for breakfast. How did that go, Mike? We are looking at a larger air fryer ourselves. Can we build a Voron? No. We're done with Vorons for a while. What were you saying about the Trident? You're about done.
I still have to do like
finishing touches.
I still have to do the cable chains and the skirts. Like we did a Patreon live stream last week or something, and we worked on it a little bit. Like I'm getting the wires and the lights and all that stuff set up, but I still have some finishing touches. It prints pretty well. I'm using the default pressure slicer profile, and it moves really fast. You can definitely, like on the PLA prints, you can see where the part cooling isn't quite what it should be on the benchies and stuff. It just needs some tuning in, but I'm getting there. I've got some content lined up for it, so you'll see it more in the future.
Yeah. They have Angie, you have a double air fryer. I've seen those when I was shopping. It's either that or something more like a toaster oven kind of air fryer. But I don't know. I don't like stuff on my counter, so I like to put appliances away when I'm fit, because I don't like a lot of stuff on my counter. Yeah, it takes a long time in the air fryer. Something about it boiling in its own grease makes it cook so much faster.
Bacon's tricky.
You're learning. I can't stand all that clutter. I don't know how you smart guys think with all that clutter around. Brian, Chris is the same way. Stuff everywhere. Ah! It makes me nuts.
Brock has subscribed. I think I missed some subscriber. Brock subscribed. Jean-Pierre subscribed. Martin's just a subscriber now. Danilo. Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for coming. Oh, an Insta with an air fryer bed. Yeah, that's what our problem is now with our air fryer. We need more room. Yeah.
The only time you deal with clutter is to push all of that clutter onto the floor so that you can add additional clutter. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Flat surfaces need stuff to keep them safe.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
You gotta hold
true.
it down. There's not 300 pounds of crap on your table.
If there's a flat surface in my house, my husband can find stuff to fill it up.
This is like the cleanest area in the whole home. Like as far as flat surfaces go, this is it.
Yeah.
Everything else full of crap.
Yeah.
That's what I've had the opportunity to work with some older gentlemen over the years, and like with machining and things like that. And I used to know a guy that did machining. And that's what he would say. Gotta have everything spread out so I can find it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And he knew where everything was too.
I would go crazy. I wouldn't say that I'm a type, but I'm real close. I'm not a type A kind of person, but I'm close. I like it the way I like it, and I run a tight ship. But Chris says I'm type A. I can see the look on his face. He said, she's crazy.
But I'm married. I know how to do things. I'm no fool. Yeah, the office is really where I shine, Sergio. I can obliterate an office between coffee rings and pieces of paper that I wrote something down on in different directions, 5 different directions, wherever you were writing it down. I don't know what any of it means, but I'm probably going to need it. So,
I don't even go in there.
No, there's no reason.
I sweep it out. I will sweep it out. Keep stuff off the floors if you can, and I'll sweep it out. But I don't try to clean in there. I just stay out of there. I don't want to run into anything dangerous.
How are the tool changers in my life today? I really want to get back to the E3D tool changer. I haven't used it in a while. It's a fun machine, and I've got some parts for it to upgrade it. I've just never sat down to do it. Now, on the other side, I do have the XL, and the XL has been working great. So, I don't know where we're at with all this XL stuff, but hopefully sometime soon I can share more. I don't know. We'll see.
So it's no time for cheating because you have all these hobbies. He doesn't leave the house. I know
It would
exactly
be
where he
really
is.
hard to cheat.
All the time. He's busy. So,
That's where all the spare screws are. That's right. If I need a screw, I just go searching the floor.
any resin printers? You don't do resin.
No resin. Only FDM. Nervous breakdown. Bob is here. What's up, Bob? Good morning.
Somebody says if I'm saying that I'm close to a type A, then I'm a type A. I'm probably a type
You know what?
A.
You're a type A. You just don't want to commit.
Meticulous. I am meticulous. But I don't live in a museum here either, folks. You can wear your shoes in my house, and I'm not going to get upset about it. And, you know, we are lived in. I don't live in a museum. But I do keep it clean. Like, I wouldn't be embarrassed if somebody just came over and they saw my house. I would not be embarrassed. So there you go.
Brian Vine still has an MMU2 he ordered 3 years ago, still in the box. It still has the black plastic wrap. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Brian, don't even worry about that MMU2. Just jump straight to the 3. You will save yourself so much heartache. The 3 is so much nicer to use, so just buy another box and leave it on top of that box for the next 3 years, and then you'll be all set.
Yeah. Hi, Brock. Welcome.
First time here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, Nappin. Shoes in the house. We're a shoes in the house.
On blue carpet? I'll bet. Way better than MME2. Hands down. Big coffee cup.
Yes, I like. This is my favorite. I love this guy. It's a good one.
Yeah, Jeremy likes his MMU2S. I've had it. So the original MMU2, I got it like early on and have done many videos on it and done many things to it. But once I finally got it, like, okay, now I understand, it was fine. It would work really well. I would still have an intervention once in a while, but not like every print, just once in a while. So it was pretty stable, but I don't know many people that had the same experience. And mind you, not everyone is going to mess with it for, a million hours and try to get it to work correctly. I understand that, but the 3, much easier to get up and going.
Andrew, you got kids though, so you got a built-in excuse that if your house is a little messy, you got a reason. So that's different. We don't have. It's different. Did you read that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the MMU2 kind of got off to a rocky start, didn't it? It got better, though. Got it all worked out. That's true. I do have one giant child. You're not so bad.
Nah.
I've heard worse. My girlfriends, we share notes, and I've heard tale of messier men. And you know what? He keeps his mess in the basement.
I have my own defined area.
Yes, and I think that helps.
Yeah. The chameleon. So I talked to Bill. Bill was on his way to Europe for Smurf and other things, but I caught him as he was leaving. I talked to Bill. Bill said, print these parts, buy these springs, and then you'll be ready to go with the chameleon. And I said, okay. So I got all the parts printed. Amazon lost the springs. I don't know where they're at. But as soon as I have those, we are going to launch into a chameleon build, and we are going to make it work one way or another, because I've heard so many folks say, the chameleon's a great price, but I can't figure it out. So we're going to figure it out. Bill can make it work. So maybe if I call in an expert, we'll make this happen. So we're going to do it. We are located right in the middle of the United States, Missouri, Kansas City.
Right in the middle. That's us. Somebody asked where we were.
Yeah. It's creative types.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's already working on the smokestack. We're like home free here.
Oh my. Is that it?
That's it.
Wow. Now, how long did you notice? What time?
What's the timer say? Of course, it doesn't give us output on the screen. I said 1:37, I believe is what I said on the YouTube clock.
Oh, there you go. Where are we now?
1:52. Slicer says 29, actual 29 and 39 seconds. Somebody could scan back and take a look if they'd like, but it was fast in my book.
It seemed fast to me. Now we can go high five each other. Yes. The print is done.
High five.
High five, honey.
Time for a nap.
That's right.
That's romance.
Mm-hmm.
Mike has a chameleon kit. Maybe we'll work on that together, Mike. We can cheer each other on while we're making the chameleon do its thing. Looks pretty good. Let's find out.
Do a twirl.
The green ice is not going to be the end-all be-all for quality print,
Yeah.
but it still looks pretty nice, I have to say. Looks like candy. Although I always shy away from green candy. You never know if it's lime.
Martin Ramirez says, hello from Oklahoma.
Hello, Martin. You're not too far from us.
Having tamales for lunch.
Mm. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we may not have picked the best color. It doesn't look.
Nah, that's okay though. This is a redo.
I mean, not bad. It looks pretty good. I can't really see the lines or the layers or anything like that.
I mean,
I
from
think
stuff that we
it doesn't
usually look at, it looks pretty good.
I would say initial look, first look, it doesn't look too bad.
Especially for the time that it took to print it. I mean, there's no real stringy or anything. You can definitely see, like, right in here, where it's kind of a different shade, how fast that thing's moving. Overhang looks pretty decent. If you kind of get it in the right light, you can tell. What I'm always looking for is like right in here. It's actually a little worse on the other side, depending on how you print it. But right, if you get it just in the right light, you can start to see the layer lines in here. I'm looking for that echo, that staggered echo from that porthole, and there really isn't any on this one. And that's input shaper at its best there. Now you can see that famous input shaper line, like on the benchy, you'll notice like right down in here. There's like a little, it almost looks like a perf where it's left that layer and gone to the next one. That's there, but still it's very faint, and the transparent is making it very much worse. You can see right in here where it's jumped right there. Again, we're micromanaging here, but
Well,
that's
what we're
do,
doing,
yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what that's all right. I mean, we might be nitpicking a little bit, but that's the point.
you can see where it's drug it, like it's turned that corner and drug it a bit before it started out. That's one thing the transparent will give you, is like kind of an idea of what happened. This doesn't look too bad though. I mean, you couldn't read it or anything, but the corner's a little messed up. But again, moving like that doesn't look too bad. Smokestack is somewhat clean. It's not all melty.
Mountain Dew benchy. That's what we're
Mountain
getting.
Dew.
Mountain Dew, recycled Mountain Dew bottles.
There you go.
Mixed reactions on the transparent. Angie says not too bad. Some people like it.
Depends on the part.
Just okay for me.
It looked really good with a Christmas tree.
Yeah, the infill. Somebody said something about the infill kind of making it look funny. I agree. I don't like the infill.
You can see that it's gyroid. It kind of looks like brains.
Yeah, I don't like the cheetah.
Yeah,
Benchy.
there you go. I
There
don't
you
know.
go. Somebody said I've seen way worse 29-minute benchies. Amen to that.
Absolutely. So
For the-
there you go.
For $350, not bad.
So
Better than the last one.
better than it was.
Better than it was.
So anyway,
Absolutely, Tanner.
this printer is definitely not that printer. I can tell you that. But I would still like to go through the effort to see, because they sent me a handful of parts, but it looked like mostly it was like the controller board. So I would like to see what it would take to get it here. But I'm much more comfortable, if this is the machine that you were going to buy at this price, much more comfortable saying that this one will do the job rather than that one. So that's about all I got at this point.
Yep. Nappin wants to know what your fastest been now. True Benchy, don't start that. We're not gonna get into that.
And I'll get...
What do you say? 45 minutes, right? Didn't you have one that you? I mean.
Well, I mean, like a regular benchy time. You know, if you're following benchy rules, whoever came up with that, you know, an hour and 10 minutes is a pretty solid benchy. And then the newer input shaper style stuff, like stock input shaper, you see them around 45 minutes, pretty solid most of the time. Now, like, if you want to go all out, like Walter and I, years ago now, Walter and I set out, like, what was the fastest benchy we could do? I think we were right at 17 minutes. But that's not, you know, that's not following the rules. It just looked like a benchy. You know, it really, but it, you know, it had barely any walls or anything like that. So, I mean, true benchies, something like this would probably be about the fastest I've ever seen. I've never really, yeah, I've never, with input shaper and everything, I've never really tried. I guess I should, but
Yeah.
Millimeters a second. I can tell you what it's set at.
There you go.
They have Max XL at 20,000. And XL to D cell at 6,000. Velocity is set at 50. Square corners, it's 20. And max velocity is 500. So if that gives you an idea of what they're trying to achieve. What did it actually run at? I wasn't paying attention.
Whatever floats your benchy.
What?
That's right.
All right. Well, that's a pretty quick stream for us.
Yeah. Considering what we've been doing.
Right under 2 hours. We're 1:59 and some change. So that's good. I think we'll leave it here. So I am going to follow up with this. I would like to talk about the original one, this one, compare them, all that good stuff, and what actually happened. And maybe we'll fix up this other one, because, I mean, it's just setting around, and I usually end up giving these away anyway, so if I fixed it and it actually worked, somebody would be, you know, a lot happier than if I gave them a pile of stuff. So there's that. Thanks for everybody that joined the chat. It was an awesome stream today. I've been meaning to do this one for a while. It's been sitting over there in the box for a couple of months. Super chats, always super helpful, and the memberships that people came in through with. That's awesome. Hopefully, I see lots of basement logos in the chat more and more all the time, so it's good to see you're here hanging out with us at the low cost of $1.99. I think that's what that costs.
Thanks, Mike, for all your help as always.
Yep, moderators. We had a couple of mods in the chat today.
Mike
We had Ricky and Sergio.
Ricky.
Congrats to Sergio on his new family member.
Yes.
That's always awesome.
So cute, so sweet.
Yeah, everybody, do your homework. Go find yourself a slider and eat it.
Yes.
Have some sushi. Be prepared with movies that you like for the next stream.
That's right.
Next stream will be really close to Christmas, so get your ugly sweater out, because we'll know if you're wearing it or not. All that good stuff. So we'll see you very soon. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend.
Bye. Thank you.